to my channel. They call me her, they call me Jane, but that is not my name, as this is an anonymous YouTube channel for now. And you may have seen me on my Instagram, which is Down with Debts, and I've neglected that for a little while because, well, there's just been a lot going on. And I really do think that we've been slacking and the money is just adding up and is continuing to grow, and we have finally, I think, reached breaking point. And I felt that the best way to stay accountable, although anonymous, is to document it, and hopefully we can look back at this and see progress. So I'm going to sit down and write out exactly what we owe for you. So grab a cup of tea, grab some snacks, and let's finally get into this debt confession. Time to put my big girl pants on, and I'm just gonna start straight away by saying that this is over 15 years worth of money and debt and finances, and this hasn't just built up over the past year. Like, it's been gradual and it's been ongoing. There are many reasons why we are in debt. We do have a disabled child, which, although I am absolutely not putting any blame on that, it has come with extra costs for us as a family, especially when it comes to things like childcare and holidays and stuff, because we're having to take time off work because there just isn't the places or provisions for somebody like our eldest who needs the extra support during those times. So we're having to take the time away from work, and also there's a lot of time to be taken off for appointments and other things like that. However, that is absolutely not the only reason we are in debt. We have been stupid, we have been irresponsible, we have in the past, and I mean in the past, like years ago, gone, oh, we'll just put the holiday on the credit card. Or we have said, right, let's pay for this food shop on the card so that we've got money left over for next week in cash in case we need it. And it's all been rather stressful, if I'm honest. And so I'm going to write this out. I understand that this is the big wide world of the internet, but please try to be kind and offer support rather than criticism. We do know the situation that we're in, and I would really appreciate any advice that you may have, or you may have learned, or you may have seen as we start this. And I hope that you'll join us throughout this journey, and that one day, perhaps together over something a bit stronger than a cup of tea, we can celebrate clearing this off. But for now, let's begin. And yes, first of all, I've broken them down into categories, and the first one we have here is Sainsbury's. And now this isn't going to seem too bad, but on this we owe £714.89. That was much higher originally. We, as you will see a bit later on, took loans to put all credit cards and things together, and I would recommend not doing that ever. It doesn't work. It just frees up more room to add more debt. So Sainsbury's, £714.89. The next one that I have is a Capital One card. Now, that is actually off the back of a Very account, but it is a credit card, and that is £2,093.98. Barclay card, £2,185.25. HSBC card is £4,606.33. And so far I can see maybe, yes, it's a lot, but it's not astronomical until you get to this card here. And again, I would like some responsibility almost put on credit card companies, because although we were maxing out the card, they kept increasing the limit, and I feel like there's an argument there of why they keep maxing out the card and not repaying the full amount rather than keep adding to it, but that's an argument for another day. But the current total of this one is eye-watering, and it's £8,537.31. Okay, so that there in total is £18,137.76. And I'm going to need a sip of tea after that. And I'll just highlight it as well. So we are already at nearly £20,000 worth of debt just on cards. But we move on. I have a Very account, and that has £2,070.06. That 6p is annoying, but we'll live with it. And then we move down to loans. I'm actually going to highlight this because that is the only one in there, and that gives me some amounts. Monzo loan. This is going to be paid off relatively soon, and this is £1,447.22. The next loan we have is a Sainsbury's loan. Turns out we love Sainsbury's, and on there is £4,378.20. Updraft is a relatively new service, I think, and I've included all of the interest in these amounts because we hope to pay them off before the end of the term, which is another 5 to 6 years on each of them. But I would rather start off with the most that we would pay rather than hope that we don't pay all that interest. So on the first one, there is £15,939.51 left, and on the second, £16,058. Sorry, you can hear me getting a bit emotional, but I'm okay. And 98p, which the total of that is £37,823.91. That to me already is such a scary thing to write down. That's a house deposit. That's a house deposit, depending on where you live, but like all of that together is an enormous amount of money, and I'm terrified by it, in all honesty. But let's keep going. Department of Work and Pensions. I was ill and was topped up by Department of Work and Pensions, and it turns out they had overpaid me, and that overpayment was £1,583.30, which I need to now pay back. My mum, we owe £900 to, and that's for even more scary things like when we have been in dire straits with our minimum payments and we've needed food or we've needed clothes for the kids, or absolute end of the road things. And also we borrowed money to move to the house that we are in now because we couldn't afford where we were, and also it was too small for our growing family. So that's that amount. And then student finance I am arguing with constantly, and it's becoming quite detrimental to my mental health because I've explained this situation to them and they are chasing me for an overpayment of a grant that apparently I shouldn't have been paid because it no longer existed, but I was paid it, and now for some reason I have to pay it back. And so it's not actually the loan, it was a grant, but never mind. That was 3,000, and I'm estimating this because I can't remember, because honestly I think I've mentally blocked it out of my head. 3,859, but I will update that if I'm wrong. It's only because the 5 and the 8 are the wrong way around, I think, but I'm not sure. Now, total of that is £6,342.30. And I wish I could tell you that was it, but no, we have overdrafts, and I'm going to go through this very quickly. We have one that has £1,500 on, a second that has £2,000 on, and a Monzo overdraft that has £1,000 on, which is 4,500 in total, because apparently we didn't have enough debt. The total amount owed to everyone and anyone, every penny that is not ours, is £68,874 and 3 pence. That is an enormous amount of money. I need something stronger than tea. There must be some people watching going, how on earth do you get into that much debt, and how on earth do you plan on getting out of it? And trust me, we've had that conversation, and to see what is essentially £70,000 that needs to be repaid is devastating. And I hope by sharing this is not only going to keep us accountable, but it's going to make anyone else in the same situation feel an awful lot better. And I hope that you will come on this journey with us. Do try to find me at Down With Debts on Instagram, and I will be updating there on mini updates throughout the week. My plan is to try cash stuffing. I love watching those videos, and we're going to sorry, I'm really I'm almost out of breath, and I don't know why, but the plan is now to make a concrete budget, give weekly updates. I want to try cash stuffing, and yeah, I will see you all very soon. Thank you so much if you made it to the end of this video. If you can subscribe, I'd really appreciate the positive reinforcement, and do let me know in the comments if there's anyone that I should follow that you also enjoy, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.